The way it should work is the U.S. government should arrest everyone in deep state, starting with Robert Mueller, and just tell them, just say, hey, look, man, we know you're not fucking senile. We know that you were, quote, appointed special counsel, but you're also a fucking criminal, and you're a Nazi wannabe, and you're a member of deep state in our book, so you're under fucking arrest for treason and espionage. James Comey, same thing. They should arrest him and just say you're under arrest, James Comey. Next, Andrew McCabe. Andrew McCabe, you're under arrest. Nancy Pelosi, you're under arrest. All of them, man. Just go down the line. Hillary Clinton, you're under arrest for espionage. Barack Obama, Hussein, you're under arrest for terrorism, espionage, and treason. All of them, man. Fuck them all. That's how it should fucking roll. That's how America should operate. Because that's the real world. This other shit is some made up illusory shit where fucking frauds like Adam Schiff can play act. He can play act and take up media bandwidth for however long, and the DOJ is rigged up in favor of deep fucking state. In the wacky world, in the silly world, in the wacky verse, in the silly verse, you see, in the real world, man, these persons, individuals, fucking clones, actors, people, whatever you want to call them, I just call them fucking traitors. Because Edward Snowden is a fucking traitor to America. He's never fooled me in terms of having me believe that he did what he did for selfless reasons. I never believed for one fucking nanotick of a nanosecond that dude, Edward fucking Snowden, is in any way a patriot or has America's best interests in mind. That dude is so egotistical. He's so narcissistic. He's so fucking traitor. He's so goddamn fucking fraud. And he's lucky. He's lucky I'm not president of the United States of America, because I'd have CIA come after his ass even though he's in Russia. Oh, absolutely. I don't believe any of his story. I don't believe he did anything for America as he claims that he did. I don't believe that he did it, like I said, selflessly. I think it's all for his ego. And that dude would never get a slap on the wrist in my book. You know how many people they put in prison for bullshit? You know how many people DOJ locks up on some frivolous bullshit? Edward Snowden thinks that he's going to popularize espionage. And he's going to make it easier for the next person and the next person and the next person. That's what Edward Snowden is actually trying to do. He's trying to decriminalize theft of government information, secrets, top secrets, above top secrets, above top secrets. That's what he's trying to do. If you haven't figured that, if you haven't figured that out, I knew that since day one. That's what Chelsea Manning and Julian fucking Assange, all these different fools, that's what they're all trying to do, is they're trying to make it increasingly easier. That is, easier and easier to steal highly classified, sensitive, secret, confidential information from our U.S. government, and then each and every successive time, the next person gets less and less of a slap on the wrist. Oh, don't worry. You have puppy dog eyes and a little kitten face. Yeah, you're okay. You're funny with your jokes on Twitter and Instagram. Ha ha ha. It's okay, Edward Snowden. We're not going to scramble helicopters or jets to come after you. No, you're okay. Just go play around in Russia for a while and make some videos and write some books. Yeah, that's what he's hoping for, man. And that's what Obama allowed for him to do. Because Obama's a piece of shit, just like Edward fucking Snowden, just like Chelsea Manning, and just like everyone else, like Adam Schiff and Mark Zaid, fucking fake-ass punk, fucking fraud, phony-ass motherfucker. Mark Zaid, national security aficionado, fucking fraud. All these people are made up punks, man. They're all made up punks. And the reason why they've been able to do what they've done for so long is because of the corruption at the Department of Justice that was rigged up by DOJ, by the Department of Justice, just a rigged up, staged up Shakespearean play of a fucking entity that helps look out for, get the backs of deep state operators, moles in our government who believe themselves to be of an ultra, uber, elite, privileged, above the law class. Yeah, that's what they've been doing, man, for as long as they have been. That's why none of them have been arrested. Not a single one of them has been arrested for plotting a coup against the United States president. For plotting a fucking coup against the United States president. For engaging in treason and espionage, and not one of them has been arrested or even indicted. Think about that. Maybe I should do the shit that Snowden did, man, just to prove a point. Maybe I should do the shit that he did and pretend to be a fucking whistleblower. And in advance, make a podcast about it. Yeah, and then I'll go on the run to some country. I don't know. I'll just pick some fucking country. And I'll make up some like Instagram and like Twitter account. And then I'll just like pretend. And then you can have this podcast and you can play it when I'm on the run in some country pretending to be whistleblower. Like, and I'll say that Edward Snowden, that he inspired me. And that I did it for selfish reasons. And that's why I stole highly classified national security, defense, science, intelligence information. Yeah, that's why I did it. You know why? Because Edward Snowden, he inspired me. Yeah, I'm a whistleblower, inspired by the likes of Edward Snowden. No. I'm doing what I do for selfless reasons, man. It's because I figured out that America's civil liberties and our privacy and civil liberties were at stake, man, and I had to do it for America. Yeah, you know, I left a cush job. It was so cushy. It was all so plush and plushy and opulent and so luxurious. Yeah, man. You know how much money I was making working as a U.S. intelligence contractor? I left it all behind, man, to go on the run for the American people. Yeah, and you know what I'm going to do? And then what I'll do is I'll just pay. I just pay for like 10 million fucking likes. I just create some made up fucking Instagram, Twitter page, and I'll just pay to make it look like 10 million people are like behind me. Yeah, and then I'll be like, no, the podcast where I was talking about this, nah, that was just the front. Nah, man, nah, that was all just the front. Oh, what, you got the audio where I was saying it was a front? Nah, man, that ain't me anymore. I don't think that way. I think like Edward Snowden now. Yeah, now that I'm outside the country, like hiding out in China, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, that podcast where I'm like, hey, listen, man, no, look, I changed my mind. Nah, I'm on Edward Snowden's side now. Yeah, and he inspired me, man, and I did it for America. I did it for you, the American people. Check it out, man. Edward Snowden is going to get booted from Russia. He's going to get kicked the fuck out of Russia. They're going to grow increasingly impatient with him. And they already know that he's a fucking fraud. And they're just letting him play himself. The dude is a pawn. He doesn't understand that. He thinks that he's playing some type of masterful game because he's a punk. He's fucking... Man, this guy thinks that he's super fucking slick. In his brain, like he thinks he's like meta slick. You know what I mean? He has no idea that he's getting played by the Russians and that he's playing himself. Like the dude's playing himself. And the whole time that he's been talking all this fucking nonsense, you know, all up on these different like shows and shit talking about, you know, your cell phone is spying on you. Here, I can show you how it works. Really? No shit, motherfucker. Who the fuck didn't know that shit? I told you, this dude is a rehash. A rehash. That's all it is. This motherfucking Edward Snowden is a rehash of James Bamford. In my opinion, Edward Snowden basically plagiarized James Bamford's Puzzle Palace. The Puzzle Palace. Because Edward Snowden either A, knew about it, read it, and then try to like play it off as if he's the only one who knew this shit, or B, he's just that fucking stupid, even more to the point, and just totally didn't know that by like 25 years preceding him, the Puzzle Palace already revealed the shit that he fucking thinks he unearthed himself. Man, this dude is a fucking fraud. He's a goddamn fucking fool. He's about to be kicked out of Russia, and he's about to be arrested. He's going to get picked up by the Central Intelligence Agency. He's going to get picked up by a special fucking task force. When I say arrested, I'm talking about picked up by the U.S. intelligence community. I'm talking about people who need to intercept him and interdict him before anybody else in the West gets to him because he knows way too much shit. So, a special team, that is a group of special teams, when he gets booted the fuck out of Russia, he's going to get swooped up. And he's going to be in federal custody in basically a black site. He's going to be under fucking maximum arrest, and his story is over. His game is fucking over. He's going to be arrested for espionage. And he's going to serve a lot of fucking time in prison. Probably life. Look how much time they gave Pollard. Jonathan Pollard. Look how much fucking time they gave him for stealing, allegedly, a few. I'm saying he had a treasure trove, okay? But look at Edward Snowden. Look at the shit that Snowden did. Snowden, WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, fucking Chelsea Manning. Collectively, between all of them, as a deep state team, man, they've pilfered and exfiltrated millions of fucking documents. Millions of documents. To what Jonathan Pollard, in contrast, had delivered to the Russians, that pales in comparison to what WikiLeaks has done, and Chelsea Manning, and Edward Snowden, as a whole, as a collective, as a fucking deep state team. That's right. Millions upon millions of documents compared to what Jonathan Pollard did. And Jonathan Pollard was given life in prison at some point. Edward Snowden, he made a fucking mockery of America. He made a mockery of the U.S. He's a disgraced former U.S. intelligence contractor, spy, sellout, turncoat. Oh, yeah. He talks about how, he doesn't see eye to eye with the Russians on this and that, and blah, 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 blah. But, man, do you really fucking believe his story? Okay? This dude tried to sell out America. I don't give a fuck what he says, what he's telling the people, what he's telling the public. I can see right through his shit with the counterintelligence lens. Hey, man, he's into anime. Edward Snowden is hey, he likes anime, man. Yeah, he's a funny dude. Oh, yeah, when I go back and I listen to his, his story and his backstory, oh, yeah, he's so funny. Oh, yeah, Edward Snowden, he's so funny. Fuck you, traitor! Yeah, all he was trying to do, man, is pave the way for the next generation and the next generation and the generation beyond that of more and more fucking traitors. That's all he's trying to do. And if you don't see that, if you don't know that, if you don't understand that, then you're asleep. Yeah, that dude is total fucking bullshit. Edward Snowden, you're a fucking traitor to America. In my book, I'm One Sir Grove. In One Sir Grove's book, you're a fucking traitor to America. You don't inspire me to be like you. You don't motivate me to be like you. And I don't fucking believe you or any of your fucking stories, motherfucker. Yeah, you see, he's lucky I'm not president of the United States because I'd use maximum fucking resources to come after him. Then I'd make an example of him politically, and I'd have him fucking brought up on every fucking charge there is in the book. And I'd have the key fucking thrown away. Absolutely. No fucking mercy, no leniency, completely relentless. And I would do what he did times a zillion right fucking back at him. I'd be like, oh yeah, oh okay, yeah, totally. You want to flout the law? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to go abroad and make a mockery of America? Well, check this out, man. We're going to fucking teach you a lesson. And anybody like you in the future who thinks that you're going to fucking sell out, that person's going to sell out America, we're going to fucking come after you. And we're going to put you in a motherfucking black site for treason.